G'day Baseball Card Collecting Nation, this is Chris from Big 3 PC, and today I will be reviewing Topps Update boxes as an investment strategy. In doing so, we will review the past decade of releases to see how the prices of their sealed boxes have held up over time. I will then be previewing the 2019 Topps Update product in advance of opening some boxes in the next videos. As always, you can reach me on YouTube, Insta, Twitter, Facebook, and you can always reach me by email. If you recall from video number 5, I consider Topps Update to be a set that is best bought pre-sale. The reason for this is because it is a very consistent performer and the price of its boxes only tends to rise post-release. Consider this past decade of Topps Update as my justification for that statement. 2010, starting off the decade, that release had two MVPs in it. Josh Donaldson, the 2015 MVP, and Giancarlo Stanton, the 2014 MVP. Presently, these boxes are selling for just above what they sold for in 2010, at around $100 per hobby box. That's a bit more than they would have been selling for back then, so there's a bit of a return. But imagine what they were selling for 3 or 4 years ago when Donaldson and Giancarlo Stanton were at their peak and winning MVPs. It would have easily been a double your money situation. 2011, this is the holy grail of all baseball sets as far as I'm concerned, and probably as far as most people are concerned. Look at the list of rookie cards from this set alone. You've got the GOAT, Mike Trout, plus a whole bunch of very solid players, including Altuve, Goldschmidt, Rizzo, Martinez. There's even others I didn't even list there, like DJ LeMahieu, Eric Hosmer, Charlie Blackmon, etc. Trout's base rookie alone sells an ungraded form for $600, this is Canadian, and around $1,300 in PSA 10 graded form. His parallels are thousands of dollars more expensive in graded form. Hangers people, those silly little boxes that hang in the stores and get warped from people handling them and dropping them, they sell for over $500 each for this set today. They probably retailed for somewhere between $10 and $15 each back in 2011 when they came out. It's an incredible return on investment for this set. And to put it even further in perspective, a hobby box for this set, now if you wanted to go find one on eBay, is like $6,000. Pretty incredible. Also, not worth buying a hanger or a hobby for this set, obviously, unless you just love a big gamble. You'd be much better off to just buy the card you want. The 2012 set is an interesting one. It actually has a pretty weak rookie card crop, because really you're just looking at like Dallas Keuchel and Starling Marte as the standout rookie cards. But it also has the Bryce Harper rookie debut card, and that happens to be the most expensive card in the set, which sells for about $85 in a Gem Mint PSA 10 form. But remember, rookie debut does not equal rookie card, and typically rookie debut cards do not sell for very much money. The reason his does is because his true rookie card was actually released in Topps Series 2 of that year, but it was a short print card. Meaning there was not very many of them made, so most collectors actually target his more affordable Topps Update rookie debut card from that year. And that card alone is really what's propping up the value of this set, which, as you can see, is pretty substantial. I mean, hobby boxes today are selling for $300, which is easily 3 to 4 times what they would have sold for back when they were released, and jumbos are selling for $500 each, which again, that's at least 3 times what they would have retailed for. So this set has done exceptionally well despite the weak rookie crop. Now, weak rookie crop in 2013, that is not the case. This is an incredible group here in 2013 with perennial MVP candidates like Christian Yelich and Anthony Rendon, arguably the game's best pitcher today in Garrett Cole, rounding it out. So, actually, sorry, and I forgot about Nolan Arenado, who's on pretty much a Hall of Fame path right now playing with the Rockies. This is a great set. It's not 2011, but it's a really great set, and this is reflected in its price. As you can see, again, hobby box is selling at $350 per range. That's easily a 4 times your investment on those boxes from when they were released. 2014, another solid rookie class. You've got the MVP in Mookie Betts. You have the Cy Young Award winner, two-time Cy Young Award winner, Jake DeGrom. And you have a fan favorite and World Series hero in George Springer. These hobby boxes today sell for more than double their original purchase price at about $215 each. 2015, these boxes have cooled off over the last couple of years, and this is mostly due to injuries for two of the big three names or rookie cards in the set. So injuries to Correa and Noah Syndergaard. But prices for these boxes still remain at almost double their original price, with $160 per hobby and $300 per jumbo. And that's basically on the strength of Francisco Lindor's rookie card and his parallels being in this thing. I can only imagine that these things were selling for much higher a few years ago when Correa and Syndergaard were considered legit stars without any injury concerns. But even still, with just that one marquee player plus a couple of really solid ones behind them, the investment in a 2015 Topps Update box has already doubled. 2016. Now this is the lone year in which the box prices have actually declined, and yet I would not write this set off just yet. When we look at the main rookies from it, we see Trevor Story, who's a 26-year-old six-WAR shortstop playing in a hitter's ballpark in Colorado. We've got Lucas Giolito, who looked like an absolute ace this year in just his second full season. And he plays on a very exciting Chicago team in a weak division that looks like they might own for the next 5 years or so, maybe more. And then you've got Blake Snell, who's already a Cy Young Award winner at 26. And let's not forget Tim Anderson, who just led the league in hitting as a shortstop. So the 2016 boxes scream two things to me. Number one, potential buying opportunity. There might be a buy low opportunity on these boxes, which are selling for like $70 on eBay right now. Number two, another takeaway from this is that small and medium market stars don't sell for as much as large market stars do. So a set like this might struggle until one or more of these players establishes a clear Hall of Fame track and or wins some World Series. So that is one limitation to this set, is none of these guys are playing for big market teams, even though it does have some really solid players. So give them a few more years to show that they're on a Hall of Fame track, a potential Hall of Fame track, and maybe we see these prices rebound. 2017 checklist is actually fairly weak outside of Cody Bellinger, and I personally would take the 2016 checklist over it, if I'm being fair and honest, at least in terms of depth. And yet, here we see that a single large market stud like Cody can keep an entire product selling at almost double what it initially retailed for. These hobbies are selling for $120 to $140. They would have been somewhere between $80 to $100 new. So Cody alone, the MVP in the large market of LA, has maintained the value of this investment, despite the fact that the guys behind him, Moncado, could be a stud. He had a good season this year, but was a little slow up until now. And Chapman's a good player too, very good player, but plays on the small market A's. So this is a pretty interesting set to consider, I think, as well. Rounding out the decade so far, we'll get into 2019 in a minute, is the 2018 Topps Update set. And this is a set that has a chance to potentially rival the 2011 set, because these boxes, they've exploded in value, as you can see, with hobby boxes selling easily for 4 times what they initially retailed for just 1 year ago. And they're going to continue to rise because look at the players in this set. Juan Soto probably should have been the World Series MVP and is just a ridiculous generational hitter at 20, now 21 years old. Ronald Acuna was the rage in the whole baseball card industry all summer with his quest for 40-40 at the young age of 21. You've got Shohei Ohtani, who, the shine's kind of come off him right now in the baseball card industry, but if he gets back to pitching and hitting at an all-star rate this year, now that he's completed his Tommy John surgery recovery, his cards are going to skyrocket. And Gleyber Torres, let's not forget about him. Just an absolute stud middle infielder, pounding 38 homers this year for none other than the New York Yankees, who, by the way, look like they're poised to win the next 350 World Series now that they've signed Garrett Cole. So, very amazing set. Very hard to get your hands on any unopened product unless you're willing to spend big bucks. So, in summary, what can we take away from this decade in review of Topps Update? Well, number one, I would say storing sealed boxes of Update is a very safe investment because only one of the 9 sets has even declined in value this entire decade. And it wasn't even a big decline. Those hobbies in 2016 probably were selling for like $90 and now they're selling for $70. In addition to being a safe investment, it is a very high upside investment since 6 of the last 9 years have at least doubled in value already. And let's go into that specifically. Of those 6 that have doubled or more, 2 sets have doubled, 2 have tripled, 1 has quadrupled in value, and 1, the 2011 release of course, has gone absolutely supernova, and I don't even know how to calculate the return on investment on that one. Now, if there's one word of caution, it's this. It really looks like you need an absolute stud rookie card in the checklist to carry the set, and it's preferable if it's a large market stud. A bunch of all-star caliber players, but who are not necessarily on a clear Hall of Fame path or have obvious playoff or World Series successes, like the 2016 release, it's not going to cut it. So bear this in mind when assessing future checklists, if at all possible. So that brings us to the final release of the decade, which is 2019's Topps Update, which came out in October. So a couple months ago now. What does it look like? Well, here's the list of noteworthy, at least noteworthy right now, rookie cards that are included in the set. Obviously, you have the top prospect coming into this season with Vlad Jr. You have a very solid rookie debut from Cavan Biggio this year for the Blue Jays. Same can be said for Nick Senzel of the Reds, Brian Reynolds of the Pirates. They were very good. Austin Riley kind of was just getting rolling. Carter Kieboom, maybe big things in store for him next year, as it looks like he might be the replacement strategy for Anthony Rendon in Washington. Keston Hiura, I think I always say his name wrong. He had an amazing season for Milwaukee this year, and if he does that again, his cards will definitely be worthy of some love. Will Smith, the 900 OPS catcher, albeit in a fairly limited stint for the Dodgers. And you got some pitchers who have some promise, Mitch Keller and Chris Paddock. And then you got a middle infielder who was taken super high in the draft once upon a time, Brendan Rodgers, who's looking to make his stamp on the league now too. So overall, this is a very deep list of talented prospects and now big leaguers, many of whom had great rookie seasons. But it is way too early to know how this class will do. And so here are my maybe a little concerns that I'll share with you. Despite the numerous solid rookie seasons, no one actually exploded like Juan Soto and Ronald Acuna did the year before. We were hoping and really thinking, especially as Jays fans, that Vlad Jr. would just take the league by fire. Didn't happen. Might happen this year, and for a lot of these guys, that's possible. But we didn't see it yet. And then the other thing is, other than Will Smith of the Dodgers, none of these guys play on large market teams. You got Blue Jays, Cincinnati Reds, Pittsburgh Pirates, Atlanta Braves, Milwaukee Brewers, Arizona Diamondbacks on this list. So unless one or two of these guys really becomes a shooting star in this league, this set does have the risk of falling into the 2016 situation where maybe it's not going to be the best investment in terms of sealed boxes. But who knows? I mean, if Keston Hiura even just repeats what he did last year and Vlad has a dominant sophomore season, I think that alone will be enough to make these boxes worth significantly more than they were purchased for. So we're going to hope for that, but given my trepidation, my approach this year involves hedging my bets just a little bit. So what I did with the 9 boxes I bought pre-sale was I sold 3 immediately for a small profit. I'm going to open 1 or 2. I'm going to open basically enough to get my set and hopefully find a gradable Vlad Jr. rookie card. And that will leave me 4 or 5 sealed boxes, some combination of hobbies and jumbos, to just keep as an investment over the years and see how this all does. Something to note, and I did mention this in video 5 specifically about Series 1 and 2, is that I'm actually already seeing Topps Update on sale back close to around pre-sale prices, and that's just about 1 month after release. Now, I think that's partly because of the fact that this set is lacking a clear, established young stud at this point. But regardless, if you missed out pre-sale, now is the time to go buy, in my opinion. I mean, to give you an example, I'm seeing them on sale online right now for $99 Canadian plus tax. Hobby boxes, that is. And I got my hobby boxes for $90. So they're not that much more right now a month down the road. So I would say it's a good time to buy if you have some faith in this class. Okay, so to close out, what we're going to do after this review of the Topps Update Decade is we're going to just quickly continue to preview the 2019 product in advance of me ripping into a jumbo box in the next video. So the 2 boxes that I did purchase that I will be referencing going forward, jumbo box and hobby box. So the jumbos pre-sale I was able to get for $160. They were selling around the time of release for $185 plus tax. So there already you can see pre-sales the way to go. They include 10 packs, 46 cards per pack, which gets you 460 total cards. That's a lot. You're going to get 1 auto, 2 relics, and 2 silver packs. And with that jumbo, I would expect that you're going to see somewhere between 13 to 16 parallel cards. And remember, that's really where the money's at in these things. Yeah, you could hit a big auto, sure, or a short, like a numbered relic, but you're really looking to pick up, ideally, a nice parallel of one of the big rookies. On the hobby side of the equation, as I mentioned, I think I said $90. I got mine for $95 pre-sale. That's taxes in and shipping in. They were selling for $115 plus taxes on release and are already down to $99 plus taxes a month later. Hobby boxes are a bit smaller. They have 24 packs with 14 cards per pack. I think that's around 336 cards. You're going to get 1 auto or relic, usually a relic, and you're going to get 1 silver pack. And hobbies, similar idea. You're probably looking at something like, 10 to 12 parallels in a hobby box. Finally, wrapping up the preview of this year's Topps Update release, you got to know what the parallels you're looking for are so that you can spot them, and that when you do spot them, you know how excited to get. So like previous year's releases, you have 150th anniversary and rainbow foil parallels. These are not numbered. However, I think that they're not that much less. Sorry, there's probably not that many more of them printed than the golds, and I only say that because if you look at the odds of pulling them from a pack, or in this case from each hobby or jumbo product, they're not that much more common. You're going to get a 150th in every 6 hobby packs. You're going to get a rainbow foil in every 10 hobby packs, and you're actually getting a gold numbered to 2019 in every 8 hobby packs. So they're all in the same range. So I can't imagine there's more than 3,000 to 4,000 of the rainbow foils and 150ths each out there, but they're not numbered. The rest of the parallels listed are numbered. You got the gold to 2019, the vintage stock to 99, and work all the way down to 1 of 1s. I should point out, and I may have in previous videos, that the black to 67 is a parallel that only exists in the hobby and jumbo boxes. And my experience has been that you're pretty much always going to get one of those when you get a hobby or a jumbo. And that's cool, because if you hit one of those for the big rookies, that is a super valuable card. So that's what you're really hunting for. There are also short prints in pretty much all the flagship boxes. Topps Update this year is no different. I've put up the odds of getting one up on the right-hand side. So, for example, we will expect to get a short print with the jumbo that I opened because you get 1 in every 10 packs, and there's 10 packs in a jumbo. We'll talk a bit more about that next video as we jump into the actual jumbo product. So that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed our decade in review for Topps Update as an investment strategy. Our quick preview of the 2019 product sets us up for the next video, where I'm going to rip right into one of those jumbo boxes I bought and hunt for those parallel rookie cards. Okay, thank you for watching and allowing me to help you build a PC for your big three.